Stellaris, a game about conquest, greed, and the distinct hatred of aliens.
What is the next step of the operation?
Our story begins with a hero unleashed into the galaxy. This is Jeff, a tiny being, gigantic dreams fueled by expansion, power, and extermination. Having dealt with their previous neighbours, Jeff will use any means necessary in order to turn this luscious, ecologically varied galaxy into a brand new set of motor vehicle assembly stations, so that he and his machine friends can cruise around and do cool stuff. What stuff? Machine stuff. Standing in our glorious hero's way are a bunch of inferior, oxygen-breathing Luddites who simultaneously all hate each other, yet always gang up on the poor machines in a bid to stay relevant, stifling progress. In order to save himself, Jeff must use his harshing neural network system, mixed with data from the previous species' dense animalistic minds, to completely annihilate everything that moves.
Our swarm is strengthened.
Using only advanced matrix calculations, research,
Don't shoot! I'm with the science team!
and visions of a teeny bit of omnicide, our brave hero dreams of setting forth at breakneck speed to spread the glorious dream of the car and expand. To achieve this dream, teams of scientists, escorted by construction crews and military ships, are dispatched to neighbouring star systems to claim new worlds, ward off angry locals, and extract valuable resources, allowing for the construction of new space stations and the expansion of the factory's borders. This allows new planets to fall within the factory's territories, rife with fresh opportunities for a new ecological succession. Nice. Now all that's left is to continue expanding and expanding, becoming more and more powerful. Oh. It appears there may be a small resource shortage at hand. Don't worry, I'm sure this issue will be resolved quickly and efficiently and will not come to plague us later on in the game. In order to expand, resources are required, which come in two forms: mined and manufactured. Mined resources can be gained from orbital mining stations or from districts, places and settlements. These are generally quite easy to gain large amounts of and vary in usefulness, going into the production of buildings and new UN-approved weapons. Manufactured materials are produced from these raw materials and are required to build new space stations and new ships. They require specialist buildings to produce and as such require a highly educated and motivated workforce to gain, and as such generally take more effort and more time to produce. Most importantly, this includes alloys, which go into pretty much everything around these parts. Fortunately, using the amazing ability to influence time, we will be able to rapidly gain the required amounts of alloys, and this will never, ever become a long-standing issue that will have some very far-reaching and unforeseen consequences in our pioneer's future. By increasing the amount of both mined and manufactured resources simultaneously, there should remain a bountiful supply of both, allowing for the production of newer, more peculiar equipment. This doesn't work, of course, unless we follow a strict government-controlled economic model and produce lots of energy credits. Without this financial system, all the non-sentient, mindless robots will suddenly turn into greedy, cash-grabbing financiers and will grind everything to a halt, completely destroying everything up until this point. Can we ever have enough energy credits? No. Researchers also form a key component of the game. No research, no new weapons. No new weapons, dead. Now that everything is in place, we can finally begin the next stage of our mission. Free from the constraints of material shortages, the expansion will now be able to fully take off, allowing for us, through Jeff's advanced computational matrix, to really start taking shape. In order to guard our growing empire, we must start building up a military in order to protect our long-term goals from any disgusting alien terrorists.
3 from the constraints of material shortages, the expansion will now be able to fully take off, allowing for us, through Jeff's advanced computational matrix, to really start taking shape. In order to guard our growing empire, we must start building up a military in order to protect our long-term goals from any disgusting alien terrorists.
Well, this is unfortunate. It seems like some of the aliens might be a teeny bit more advanced than us and would probably kill absolutely everything if we approach them. For now, we skip. This will have horrific consequences later on. Our thirst for blood must be satiated from somewhere else. Aliens. More aliens. Haters of progress. Enemies of the machine. After just one look at our artificially enriched metallic worlds, they will go on the defensive, closing their borders and building up their fleets. Xeno empires operate the same way that ours do, using stations to produce ships and planets and mining stations to produce resources. Without either of these, they die. At this early stage of the game, most empires will be about on par with us, relying on small, squishy ships known as corvettes to do the heavy lifting, unless there was an inevitable, unforeseeable problem that just before contact that nobody could possibly have seen coming at all, not even the greatest minds possible. This means that they are weak and vulnerable, but so too is our brave, genius pioneer. To counter this, I recommend spamming our way out of the problem by putting multiple shipyards on the same station, allowing for multiple ships to be built with speed, and also by utilising hit and run tactics in order to take out the enemy's stations while avoiding their fleets. To quote Sun Tzu,
"You can't hear what ain't there."
As previously mentioned, these ships require manufactured materials to produce and energy credits to upkeep. I'm sure that there's some way to quickly automate this process, but I have a dumb monkey brain and can't figure that out at all. This stage of the game is what I like to refer to as the scared shitless stage, as although the game's AI is generally incredibly stupid, everything is at least the same strength as us, or worse. As such, I recommend using the scared bitch strategy of spying on your neighbours, throwing diplomatic insults at them, provoking them to come to your territory, or until you go to theirs.
《朋友》是一个坚韧不拔的纪录片，在香港这座城市的设置。
Once territory has been gained, it is important that you swiftly and ethically remove any threats to national security. Like in the real world, this involves exterminating any workplace agitators with firing squads, forced neutering, and of course, planet-wide destruction. Once the immediate future of the Empire has been established, it is best to begin optimising the hell out of every little thing, even if it is just for the extra 4 energy credits per tick. Now is when research should also really start picking up as well. Researchers working on planetary installations allow for the advancement of our Empire. The more time goes on, the more efficient these researchers become, and the more powerful as such we become, allowing for faster and more efficient production of resources, as well as the creation of new cosmic horrors that we can strap onto our ships and hurl at the enemy, making the big numbers go up and allowing for an ethical and purely defensive stance to be held. As research takes time and each research station requires an ethical and environmentally friendly amount of energy to operate, it is recommended to start building these stations at once, as soon as the basics have been covered. To gain the most research, micromanaging every little detail of each planet is very recommended. The feeling afterwards of seeing the little numbers go up and creating 13 cryptocurrency investment mining farms is very satisfying. Now that the early stage has been completed and most of the galaxy has been carefully and considerately broken up, the focus of the game shifts from relatively peaceful expansion to complete and utter galactic domination. This means that things start becoming more difficult as our enemies begin organising, demanding for such horrifying things as the right to live and shared resource management.
Done?
To counter this, our valiant researchers developed new ways to protect our borders, including frigates, cruisers, battleships, and of course, bunker ball. By putting multiple shipyards on the same station, this means that not only can multiple ships be built at the same time, but also at a faster rate. The faster ships are made, the faster we can replace losses. The faster we can replace losses, the easier it is to win. Having multiple stations designated specifically for this purpose is recommended, as it allows entire fleets to be made very quickly and with the utmost quality. When it comes to economy management during this time, honestly, who cares? I'm here to play my ultra-realistic, space-themed, big-brain military strategy game, and like any true genius, I'm not willing to pretend that I really understand how any of this works or what I'm meant to really be doing. Just know this: big number, good. Red number, bad. It only shows just how smart you are when winning the game while simultaneously dealing with multiple, unavoidable economic and managerial problems. The extra difficulty and risk factor just makes you and your empire look all the more cool. Now all that's left to do is launch a preemptive strike against your weakest neighbour and restart your expansion. Just look at that map. So much bigger. So, what happens now? Conquer. Look at that much bigger border, surrounded by new threats. The focus at first should be a temporary break from all-out war, and instead shifted to intense economic micromanagement. As the Empire expands, its demands too increase. The more ships we have, the more alloys we need. The more alloys we need, the more minerals. The more minerals, the more highly valued and highly paid workers we need. The more workers, you see the point. To fix this problem, I'll just spam more cryptocurrency investment mining farms around on some of the random planets. And just like any good entrepreneur, I'll definitely come around to investing into vital metallurgy investment. Now that the economy is sorted, large amounts of it should be invested into building a large, powerful military. This is when we start to see the real big boy numbers. Build more armies, upgrade old components with newer, sleeker ones, start spamming random ships to create new fleets, and most importantly, begin what you have already started.
Any more bullets! Any more bullets! Any more bullets! Any more...
This is now the stage of the game where war becomes a way of life. For some reason, after completely genociding multiple sentient spacefaring species, the rest of the game take a page from Sid Meier's Civilization and go full nuclear Gandhi.
Tactical nuke incoming!
It gets very easy losing track of time at this point as well, watching the big numbers go up and your empire's borders expand until eventually you have reached the desired size and have claimed the whole galaxy. It's just the endgame crisis. I'm sure with my profound military genius, this will be a walk in the park. See? Look. Perfect. Just ignore that, okay? Shoot. Get out of it. Shoot. Go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now that's finally done. It's finally time to yet again expand. And this time, claim the whole galaxy. Wait, what? What's this? Oh no.